I also ask you, can we do a glass roof?
Sure
Oh
can.
my god, the glass roof.
We can call up Elon Musk and we can do a solar powered roof too. He's got shingles now that we can just put on, and they will run the house.
Yeah, I know that Elon Musk is oh my god, his price is insane.
Sorry, 4 feet high.
4 feet high,
by
6 feet,
8
long.
feet. 8 feet.
8
long.
feet. Oh my god.
8 feet. Long.
Oh my god.
So everybody that's driving by is going to say,
you're not going to miss it. Yeah.
you are not going to miss it.
Yeah.
Hello there, this is Fortune Cookie Farm. I'm excited to tell you that the development project of my investment property is start to go. Today I will be on site with Corey from Walker Home, and we will talk everything about how to start, where to start, how much the cost, how much the profit, everything you would interested to know. So if you haven't seen my previous video about this investment property, and if you haven't seen my hard work to chip the ice that was damaged from last winter, please see the link above and watch that video as well. Please join me for today's video, and if you like my video, please like, comment, and subscribe. There are quite a few new developments already on the street, including the corner one, that white one, which is really nice. And this is the house that is going to be tear down, and the new house will be just built there.
Yeah, so I've got obviously your feature sheet for your house, and then I have the comparable solds in the neighborhood, like this one that sold for $960. I don't even think that's as nice as what we would build here for you. All of these are comparable to what we would build and our level of finishes, and this is what they sold for. Square footage and everything. They are selling in this neighborhood in the last 90 days from $850 to $960.
Yeah, now the prices goes up.
So anywhere between $850 and $960, and I think if you put a sign on this house before you even knock it down and advertise it, built to suit, you can sell it before we start digging.
Yes, actually, a lot of people always ask if we want to sell this lot.
That's right.
So
That's right. This is like.
So you think I'm not building? You think how much this lot already go up the value?
I would say you could probably sell this lot for $350.
$350 now?
I think so.
Really? Let's just sell it, because if I build it, probably I don't know. Am I going to double the profit? Right.
You're not going to double that, but like I've looked at what you paid for this lot.
Yeah, because I bought it at the lowest.
What you would spend on a new build, which if you're building with more core homes, we can build anything in this neighborhood somewhere around $210 a square foot, maybe $220 a square foot if you really want to go crazy with your appliance package, or maybe some higher level finishes, because that's what these people do in this neighborhood. Is all the houses are built the same, even though we put a little bit of extra love into ours.
Yeah.
But when it's just the finishes. So if you spend an extra $30,000 or $40,000 on finishes,
it'll be much nicer.
Oh, it sells that much faster. And
I saw a lot of $1 million homes. They still sell those what you call the one piece of bathtub with the plastic around, right? That's the cheap shit, right?
That's right.
But they still sell those houses for $1 million. That's
right.
I just don't understand why. How come? You know, this is like, to me, it's just. So, I just do the renovation to myself. I would not even put those bathtub. But people all put this is like the cheapest you can go at those small community, whatever, right?
It's area of town.
Yeah.
So if you're in the right, like I have a client right now. They've told me we're building a house in Altadore. So number one, I got to find a piece of land in Altadore first.
Yeah.
Which they don't really exist if you're trying to get a good deal.
It's really expensive.
So it's just like this area here, Mount Pleasant, where you have you've got downtown professionals, doctors, lawyers, engineers. Everybody lives in this area that have good income, and so they want the $900 or $1 million house because they've got the fancy kitchens, the fancy en-suites, and when they drive by the house, they go, "Oh my God, like that's my house."
Yeah.
It looks nice.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Looks nice.
Yeah.
Curb appeal. So, yeah, I will give you all of this
Okay. Yeah.
for homework. I've told you what we would kind of essentially charge per square foot for our product, which you have seen. I would probably throw a little bit more in there because
For sure.
For appliance packages.
Yeah.
But like I was saying to you earlier, like if you're serious about doing this, first thing I would do is put a sign on here, design build. Because if we've got it pre-sold, pre-bought, pre-custom, then somebody else picks out all the finishes, we can tell them exactly what it's going to cost. So if they want to spend an extra $50,000, you're getting an extra $50,000 instead of you spending the extra $50,000 while you're building it, and then a buyer coming and saying, "Well, I don't really want that." So if we've got the buyer beforehand, you know exactly what your build cost is, what your sale price is, and what your revenue is going to be. So you might.
Okay, so then I don't need the finance, right? If they already.
100% correct.
Right, so because the finance.
If it is pre-sold, then
yeah.
you don't need financing.
Yeah, because the interest rate is pretty high. But if they buy like as a mortgage, it's much lower, right? Because if I finance this to rebuild, the interest rate is not going to be their mortgage rate, right? Much higher.
Well, so anytime you're financing construction, you're not going to get mortgage rates. So right now we've got 2 clients, and they're both borrowing at about 8.5.
8,500.
8.5%. There is their financing fee, which is not bad.
8.5% for the interest rate.
That's right.
Oh no, that's too high.
No, that's not.
That's too high. Because
For construction financing?
Mortgage is how much you get. You did that fourplex. How much interest rate you get to build that fourplex?
How much interest rate do I pay, or
Yeah.
how much interest rate would I charge you to finance it?
You pay, because that fourplex is yours, right? The last video we did.
That's
that
right.
one. How
That's
much
right.
you pay that interest rate?
Well, we have a line of credit with the bank, so whatever our line of credit is at that day, so
Oh.
it floats.
Oh, it's the line of credit. Yeah,
and-
that's
and-
around
and-
3 and
if
3.5.
you think that you can build a house and get like mortgage financing, it doesn't exist. Like it doesn't exist. There's construction financing for a reason, and quite honestly, like 8.5% on construction finance to build something like this, it's a good rate because you're paying 8.5%, but you only pay 8.5% on the money that you've borrowed.
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
you're borrowing. Let's say you have to borrow $600,000 to build this, $500,000 to build this. You borrow that in 5 increments, so we're going to go $500,000, 5 increments. You're taking $100,000 every time. A house like this should take about 6 months to build. So you take out $100,000, your first deposit. You're paying that 8.5% interest on that over the course of the year. Then you take out the other $100,000 at your next draw. So your average borrowing cost is probably closer to 3 to 4% because you're only borrowing for 6 months and you're only borrowing on portions of it.
Yeah.
So it's not, if you actually like sit down and go over it with a mortgage broker or a guy that's going to finance, 8.5% is an excellent rate. Yes, but during all of this, you've put everything in place. So if we've got a pre-sold, this company will come and finance it for this price. So you've got your interest rate built into your profit.
Oh, even the customer bought it, I still need to finance it.
You don't have to. I may have to. Like once it's pre-sold, financing is no problem.
Oh, okay.
Because you're sold. So they have a signed sealed contract saying Morecore Homes builds this and delivers it in 6-8 months, probably 10 months because we haven't even done drawings or permits or anything on this. So we're probably 10 months away from when we decide, or when if a buyer or somebody decided this is what we want to do.
So then if like say it's pre-sold, so all the finance, all the money goes to you or it goes to the buyer. It's nothing to do with me. I just kind of think it's that profit fit,
That's right.
satisfy me, right?
That is 100%. Except it does have to do with you because you're going to release that
Title to put it
no,
on mortgage.
but you're going to authorize them to put a mortgage on
Yeah,
this.
that's for sure, yeah.
Because if you pan that camera around and see what this neighborhood is doing, especially that corner unit, that big white house that just sold for $960. That's what people are putting up here, and everybody knows that's what's coming.
Yeah, those, I think these two never put a for sale sign since they start build, I think.
When you're building something like
Yeah,
that,
because they
I'm
already
gonna tell you,
sold.
like that right there is probably both customs. Those look like custom homes that somebody decided like this is what I want. These old houses.
But it's 9 foot ceiling, it's really nice. Right? It's 9 foot.
Sure. It is 9 foot, but.
Oh, the bathtub is already melted a little bit.
But like if a guy's got a tool pouch and he knows what he wants, it's amazing what these guys can salvage when they
Really?
when they want their need. Yeah.
That's
And again, like it might just be $500,
yeah.
but it's $500.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Those are old, and yes, they are nice.
You know what? You can even get those and put in the new house.
That's you just took the words out of my mouth.
Because people would love it.
You take some of this stuff out, and,
Yeah.
and people like
And then
what was here before.
Yeah, exactly.
So it brings back some of the traditional value that was in the house, like in the past.
this is it's like this house is 120 years old. You don't get those now.
That's right. And
Yeah.
in the past, we've taken off the doorknobs from the old house and put them in the new house.
Yeah.
And people love little stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? Because then they're like, okay,
That's the
we knocked
time.
that house down, we built a new house, but we have some of the character from the old house
Yeah.
back into the new house. And little things like that help it sell. And
This is I don't know. Actually it's custom made. We try to take out.
I
It
just
can't
say,
too big. You have to cut them down.
that is part of the house. Are you sure that's your tree? I don't even think that's your tree.
No, you know what? Actually, what you call
Your property line is 4 feet off this house.
the what are PR
Yeah?
said that neighbors this roof, you know this roof,
Yeah, that's
actually hand over to my lot already.
all of this is on your property.
Yeah.
All of this is on your property. So this is one issue that we would have to deal with
Okay.
while we're building. This cannot be here when we're done.
Okay. So what? Then you have to.
When you do a new RPR
uh,
for this house, you have to have 4 foot side yards minimum.
they just did before they sell the house. Brand new RPR.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't have RPR, but they sell the house. They
So
have
again,
to have
this
it.
is an existing dwelling,
Okay.
so it's fine.
That's fine.
You get that RPR done, this is existing dwelling. You put a new dwelling here, when they do your final sign off on your building permit,
Okay.
you must have 4 foot side yards.
What
Minimum.
What's that mean?
It means you need 4 feet from the house to the property line.
Okay, so that means that
This
that
would-
prevent us to have the 4 feet.
That's right. So this would have, like anything that your neighbor has on your property,
Mm.
we will be removing during construction.
What if they say no? I'm not going to remove it because once this.
So just wait a second. You're telling me that your neighbor's going to tell you you can't do something on your own property?
Oh no!
This is on your property.
Oh,
You can
okay.
do whatever you want with
Oh,
it,
okay,
right?
okay.
It's on your property. You can do whatever you want with it. Now we're going to talk to the neighbor. We're going to work with the neighbor, and all we're going to do is we're going to shorten it up. We're going to shorten his roof up, and everybody's going to be happy. We're not just going to rip it down and say, "Oh,
Yeah, okay.
come back." So we work with the neighbors, but again, that's your 4 feet.
Yeah, they already said
That-
that roof goes to my.
I can
my
tell you
property.
right now, all of this is on your property.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Back in the day when guys were built, like on the weekend, they throw a fence in. They don't call a surveyor to put a pin on the front and a pin on the back. They just go, "Oh, this should be about right." We'll put a
Yeah.
fence up."
It's no big deal, right? at all?
No, it's no big deal at all.
So these trees, oh my God, these trees are just too nice. These trees have to come down, I think.
Well, this tree would come down for sure. It would have to because the house is going to be back to like here. Right?
And
When we build a new house, it's going to be 40 feet long by 17 feet wide. Actually, it's probably going to be 50 feet because we can only build it 17 feet wide here. Right? So we get our square footage by going a little bit longer. Plus, you need a garage in the back too, right?
I'm not sure those. How about these two?
Again, if they're on your property, they will come down. If they're on the neighbor's property, then obviously they're not in our way.
No, the neighbor said I can cut down, but he said I need to talk to the city. Probably the city would not like it down, but
So the city cannot tell you what. Again, it's your property.
okay, city don't care about the
It
tree.
doesn't matter whether they care or not.
Okay.
They have no say.
Okay.
It's on your property. You can do whatever you want. Now, if you have a tree that's on the 2.8 or 3 meter setback, depending on the area of town, then the city can tell you that's my tree. I own 2.5 meters behind the sidewalk.
Yeah. That I
This tree
understand,
is on city property.
Yeah.
So don't cut down city trees.
Okay. Yeah. At least even that's neighbor tree, we can cut the branch because the branch goes to the yard.
I mean, like all these trees look like they're just about dead to me.
Yeah, it's already half dead. Same as the front one. That's why I said the front one
Like
just looks ugly.
all of these trees will come down. And again, you saw that new, nice contemporary house over there.
Yeah.
You can't have some of these older things in the way.
Yeah, it's going to damage the house,
Yeah.
right? You know.
Yeah, no, and yeah, like I don't see any.
The good thing is that there's no electricity for you. You don't have to move to the
That's right, and that's why we're doing this walkthrough to make sure there's no surprises. And,
Yeah,
and
'cause that's,
if you have the environmental survey, that is surprise number one is the asbestos.
yeah.
Walking this site and making sure that we can put a garage in the back, we can put a house, and there's nothing here that would scare me from
It's
digging a
good,
hole and
it's
putting a
good.
new house in.
I actually purposely look to the electrical pole when I buy the lot because I know the
Smart.
electrical pole. Also the Patrol one, I don't have it. I have the electrical pole on the other side of it.
Yes.
Right, so it's not on my side, so I'm totally free of that. Right?
Yes.
The 30,000. I didn't know that expensive, but I thought it's
So
always a problem.
30,000. That's what I told you. I paid
Yeah,
$33,000
yeah.
to move the pole. That's cheap.
That's cheap? Oh my god.
That's cheap. There's some developers in certain areas of town that have spent over $100,000
Oh my god.
to move power poles, like to move transformers, to yes.
Oh my god.
Depending on the
What's the cost
situation.
is too high. Who is going to buy the house? Oh my god.
And again, these are things that we want to talk about and we want to go through before we decide what we're building.
Yeah.
So you know what you're spending.
Hey, I have idea.
You're getting.
Cause I look at a house at Etador actually. Is that Etador?
Where we were the other day?
Etador that the basement has the what you call it, the garage has the basement. Is
Oh, that was El Boya.
Elboya.
Oh boy,
Okay,
the
Elboya.
garage had a basement
Oh, that
So-
house. So the whole house
underground.
underground.
That's-
You don't have to go outside. It's so stupid,
That's
right?
right.
And then go outside, and then snowing whatever, go underneath.
That's right.
Oh, I love that.
They are doing that in Calgary because
And then you are the cement guy, because you said those cement guys all your guys, right? So your
That's
cost will be much lower than if you hire the contract, right? So
no,
really, why?
No.
Why?
why would it be lower?
Because that's your employee. That's why you hire them. Otherwise, you just hire the contract. You don't have an employee.
Well, no, it doesn't cost any less, but we know it's done right.
Okay.
So you still have to pay your employees.
Yeah, I know,
So
I know.
You still have to pay for the concrete. You still have to pay for the cribbing. Like there's none of this. Well, we can do it for less. We can do it for less. We can do it for less. We can do it for the same price, just better.
Oh, okay.
Just better.
Okay, yeah. I thought it would be more cost efficient.
It is more cost effective and way more efficient to have people work for us, do things.
Okay.
So it helps our bottom line, and we know that it's done properly.
So if you do the whole basement,
Yes.
like a concrete basement, I mean just connected, right?
Yeah.
How much the cost will be added to more?
Depends on how big it is, because concrete is charged out by the square foot.
Just
So
just
if
the
so
size.
if you're doing flat work
Yeah.
and you've got 100 square feet, it's $1,000. It's about $10 a square foot. So in my price of $210 per square foot, that includes any concrete that's going into these flat work for
For the
garages,
garages.
flat
But-
work for
but not for
that does
connect-
not include
the
to
connect-
excavate through here and build a tunnel. But if somebody wanted that, can we do it? Yes.
And the garage sit on the basement. House sit on the basement, right?
Yeah, but you would have to apply for that in your development permit. Because there is a number that the city requires for coverage. And
Yeah, but basement is not coverage.
Exactly. But you still have to apply for that in your development permit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
and,
for sure.
And again, can we do that? Yes. But we're talking, when you talk about like concrete basements,
Because basement's all concrete, all ICF you use, right?
we can use either depending on the budget.
They say concrete and ICF, the price almost the same.
No, not even close.
Really?
No,
ICF is more?
ICF is minimum 20% more.
Oh, really?
minimum? Who tells you the same price?
No, because I saw not you, another person in the bonus they build. Because I always look around, you know me, right?
Yeah.
And I saw. Wow, I said I know that's ICF, right? Because that's a knowledge I have. I said that's ICF is really nice. I said, is that really expensive? They said no. I said it's almost the same as the concrete. I said that doesn't make any sense. I said because you use at least much less labor than do the concrete. Or you just put on very fast. Like a day, all the ICF is done. They said this same price. That's almost. They didn't say exactly same. They said almost the same. That's what they say.
Yeah, no. It's like if you look around the industry, it's around 20% more.
Then do the concrete.
So and it's not. Well, why? Like if a
Because
guy.
it's cheaper.
So everything you do has to be cheaper. Like
because those things, the customer cannot pay 20% more because you say, hey, I use ICF, but they would pay 50% more because I use super nice things that they like, right? Make sense?
It does make sense, but not necessarily. It depends on the client. Like the last 3 acreages that we've built were all ICF because the homeowners were like, I want better. So it's like buying a vehicle. Do you want to buy a cheap car, or do you want to buy a car that's got all the options?
I want to buy good brand but used car. Just what I like. I don't like to buy brand new. I like to buy used, but just like go winners. Still the brand name, but on the discount price, right? So
Yes.
buy everything. That's my philosophy. Buy the stock, the same thing. A good company at a discount price. Oh, another thing. They always say the flat roof always have risks of leaking. Is that true, or Because I like the design, the clean design. It's not to say I like the flat roof, but usually the clean design of flat roof always like flat.
So do you know why builders go to the flat roof?
Because it's people like the design, just like me. If there's like regular roof and a flat roof, I like the design.
You can do a 312 pitch and make it look like a flat roof.
Oh, really?
It's not. Again, to me, it's not. There's not a reason that builders go to flat roof because they want some height inside their building.
Oh.
So now, instead of being confined, because the way that we do this contextually, 9 feet, 9 feet, 9 feet, basement, main, stairs.
Do you think here can do 3-story?
You can do a 3-story anywhere in Calgary, but that requires full development permit.
Yeah.
We have to go to the community association, we have to go to city council, and we have to ask them, hey, is the neighborhood okay with 3 stories?
I think the
I
neighborhood.
can tell you right now, this neighborhood, yes, because they already have 3-story buildings in here. That is even like can we do that? Yes. If the buyer wants a 3rd story, then that's what the buyer is going to get if they're paying for it. Yeah.
Okay, I have another question.
But back to flat roofs leaking. Yes, I believe they
3-story. Like say, if I just like say do a vaulted ceiling, right? Then the square footage will be much less, right? So are you going to increase the per square footage of the house? Do you understand what I'm talking?
I do.
Yeah.
So you're saying like, let's say you've got like a vaulted living area at the
Yeah.
front of your house.
Yeah.
So
I only needed the bedroom after that, right? So it's make like really nice, right? You can even put some glass.
we've done 2 houses like that. Like one, we did the fireplace all the way up in the vaulted area. He hung his trophy animals on the wall and absolutely loved it. We charge by the square foot. So if there's no square footage there, we're not charging for it. Mm-hmm. So we charge by the square foot above grade.
Above grade, okay.
Okay, below grade.
Okay.
Our basements are
Yeah,
about 50 to
that actually I
55,000.
think it's better. Like say instead of a 2,000 square footage home, if you don't have like this the full 2nd floor, right?
Yep.
Then you have like say 300 square feet less.
Yes,
Then you pay 60,000 less, and then the house also looks really nice,
So
right?
it won't be 300 square feet. It's somewhere between probably about 150 square feet.
Only that much?
Yeah.
Really? The vaulted ceiling is a big area because the living room is big, right?
So on this main floor, you're gonna have 1,000 square feet.
No, yeah, just I said, if you don't build the whole 2nd floor, right, then the 2nd floor will be much less square footage. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly, and it's charged by the square foot. If you only want 1 bedroom upstairs and then all open, well, now we're really talking about 300 square. Like again, it's all depending on what. If we're gonna pre-sell this, we're gonna let the buyers design the house, build the house.
I
and
have
pay
some
for the house.
samples sent to you. They are really nice samples.
Please do.
Yeah, on the YouTube, there's so many. Now the YouTube is crazy. They have all the design drawing just on the YouTube. Then you don't need to buy those drawings from the designer. You just get YouTube and exactly they give. They say 9 meter by 9
So
meter.
you don't have to buy the drawings from the designer. So who's putting this onto your development site survey, applying to the city, and making sure that the drawings?
No, you just give
are all
hey, you
engineered?
just give the designer. Hey, I already have the design
That's
paper.
right.
You just copy it, sign it. I give you $100, right? You know.
I need you to start finding these people for me because that's not how it works.
Right, because that's what the engineer for. They just sign it. You have to have the engineer to sign it, right?
Well, no, the engineer doesn't have to sign it. He has to design it, and then he signs it.
Yeah, but I said I have it designed for you. Okay.
Yes.
You just need.
So we came into this 2 years ago. I had a guy that had beautiful design.
Yeah.
Handed it to me and said, "This, you know what? Can you build this house for me?" And I said, "I can." But we live in Calgary, and this home was designed for California's climate.
Yes.
Right?
That's true. Right.
So let's get our designer to take the aspects out of this house that will work in Calgary's climate. A 4-season room doesn't work in Calgary. We have to insulate our concrete. We have to insulate our exterior walls. We have to put like conventional windows in that have a certain R rating.
The city let you do like a kind of those things, but without all those glasses, right? Then you
Yep.
have a deck underneath, like all kind of enclosed,
Yep.
but it's open.
Yep.
Do they think that's a square footage?
This counts as square footage, yes.
No, but I don't have all the surrounding windows, doors, nothing. Just a roof hanging.
So you're talking about like pergola.
Just like you see those, like you said, like California, they have.
Yes. Yes.
They have just poles.
So that would be like hiring an exterior contractor. It's like building a deck. We did a pergola on 24th Ave here. I think we charged the homeowner about $8,500. That's not charged by the square foot. That's charged by how much lumber do you need?
Yeah.
How big is it? Do we need to auger these holes in? Put them in.
Yeah, just a deck with the roof. Oh, looks so nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we've done it, but that's not in the home building price.
Oh, okay.
No, if you want to add.
Then the whole house connected, right? The garage and then that roof over the.
I thought we were building a tunnel too.
Yeah, that's on top. That's the deck. There's no grass. Maybe the grass only on the side a little bit. You don't need to cut the lawn. Nothing.
Yeah.
I hate to cut the lawn, and I don't think people like the lawn
Just
at all.
remember, you're not living here.
I know, because that's why I like it, right? That's the garage, and then here to there is all the deck. The deck was covered. The roof was so nice.
But some people, they want a little bit of a backyard where the sun comes in, plant a little bit of a garden, maybe put a hot tub out here on a pad. We've done that before.
Glass roof, glass. I also ask you, can we do a glass roof?
Sure
Oh
can.
my God, the glass roof.
We can call up Elon Musk and we can do a solar powered roof too. He's got shingles now that we can just put on, and they will run the house.
Yeah, I know that Elon Musk. Oh my God, his price is insane.
That's right.
I looked at YouTube, but people put like, I think how much, like over 100,000, just not even the whole roof, like used electrical over there.
Okay, well let's start with the sign, and I'm gonna have it done up, and then I'm going to send it to your email for your approval.
Approve for what?
Just to prove that you're okay that I put what I've showed you on your property.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah. I think you would. Yeah, I send you some nice design. You
Okay.
could put that design.
You send me those designs,
Yeah. People would like it.
and I will figure out what we're going to do, and we will talk first of next week.
Yeah.
And let's keep kind of documenting this and seeing how it goes.
Yeah.
I'd like to get you back to the fourplex because we're going to have that basement and everything finished up in about 3 weeks.
Yeah. And then we can have a finish the
exactly.
stuff, yeah.
We put some bells and whistles into that
Yeah.
basement, and there's a few things that we can do there.
Yeah.
And then I've got the other fourplex that's coming on for sale, so I'd like to talk to you more about that.
Which one? The one by the corner?
The next one to the corner, I already have 2 of the units sold,
Really?
and I don't even have it rezoned yet. So this is why, like I said,
Crazy.
when I put this sign up here, be prepared.
How people knows that you're going to build the fourplex? They already know, because they saw the sign.
So they came to the other fourplex,
Yeah.
and they wanted end units, and they said, when you're building the next one, let us know.
Oh.
So the 2 end units are already spoken for,
Spoken for.
not sold.
Not sold, yeah, spoken for. Yeah.
because
Potential
Well,
buyer.
if I get it rezoned, they're sold.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not potential buyer. They're buyers as long as I can do what I said I'm going to do.
Oh.
So, yeah, no, and I appreciate you taking the time today
No, I appreciate you coming. Like, we can,
and
we chat.
letting me go through this stuff and
Yeah.
answering some of the questions, and then informing me a little bit on some of the things that you know that I'm Still learning.
Once you started that fourplex, I can shoot the video from the beginning to
That's
the
what
end.
that's what I want to do. Here.
Well, we can do here as well, right?
Like
So I
that's-
can know your secret of the wall, right?
Well, there won't be any wall in here. It's not a duplex.
No, I said your fourplex.
A fourplex, yes.
Yeah.
You'll have to come at night because we do that. We do
I
that.
don't believe so. No trains during the night.
I know the exact property you're talking about, and now they've got the big cinder block.
Yeah, exactly.
walls, and they had
Because if I know that can build that building, I would no matter what, I'm going to buy that lot. But who knows?
Okay, well let's get through this one. Let's make you a bunch of money, and then we can do another one after that.
No, I just say right because I'm too greedy, right? Too ambitious, right?
But at least you're honest.
But no, because I want to make more money, but like just I told you this labor thing is just I want to do everything myself. I said I also told Paul, I said how about I demolish this house myself? I said at least I demolish inside or whatever, and then I said then
It's not worth it. I'm telling you right now, it's not worth it. Like I've tried to
I just give you an example.
take houses apart, and people try to do it themselves. By
Yeah.
the time you take this all apart and you take it to the dump,
Yeah.
the fees are in the dump fees. And whether a guy takes it down with a machine, puts it in the back of the truck, takes it to a dump, or you take it all out in a pickup truck, one load by one load,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
dump fees are the exact same. So now you're paying for all your fuel to go back. Like it
And
doesn't
then I
work.
also said I'm going to buy
Yeah,
a tractor.
sure.
A tractor only 5,000, but you demolish the
And
whole.
have you ever used a tractor before?
I never used it, but I think I can.
So
I
what
can learn.
happens if you flip the tractor upside down while you're doing this yourself and it hits the neighbor's house?
Oh, that's right.
How's your insurance policy going to handle that?
Oh.
So number one, you want a contractor in here that knows what he's doing, fully insured, registered, like all these fun things. Because heaven forbid, what if somebody was killed on the job site because they wanted to do it themselves and they didn't understand the engineering of the roof and they took out all the columns and then the roof came down and crushed them. Sometimes it's not worth it.
Yeah, that's insurance also like 2,000 just for the build. Oh my God, it's like the cost is just.
You're right. And
I mean the material I'm okay, right? And
No,
it's-
you're not. I haven't showed you the material price yet.
Oh really?
Do you think labor's high? I just did a budget on our next fourplex. My lumber costs went up 58%.
I know now the price is crazy.
That's just one item. 58%.
You know what? We just saw a house at Lakeview because that day we was work at the Glenmore Park.
Yeah.
They do everything custom. They don't buy anything. They don't buy the kitchen cabinet. They don't buy nothing. They do everything outside and after the guy to paint it.
Yeah.
I think that's you think that's going to save?
Do you think that's cheaper?
I think at least because those cabinets is so expensive if you custom made this cabinet, right? But I think if you ask people just to build on site, right? You just
So
Save
you've
so
been
much.
in my house, you've been in my fourplexes. We have actually an excellent Chinese finisher. He is excellent. And he does all of our built-ins.
yeah.
And then, like I say, at that $5 a square foot for the painter,
Yeah.
that includes spraying his built-ins.
Oh really?
Yes. Now, when it comes
That's
to
good
the
price.
custom cabinets, our cabinets come from BC. We try to buy in Canada if we can, and the prices support. Most of our hardwood, tile, and everything comes from China. It's just that's where it is right now.
Oh, the tile is so pretty. I like those so smooth.
And I-
have to floor to the ceiling. Everywhere is exactly the same color, same style,
Yeah.
and a huge big.
That's-
But that's not my house, right? Because I just wanted nice. Because I just think some clients, some buyer, their taste is just so
I know,
bad.
but if you're building it for them, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, but be honest, a better taste.
If I'm doing it spec, I have designers that I've worked with in the past. I either follow what they gave me in the past, or I get somebody that's doing some designs that's up to date.
I think that's building gene. Even those 2 million homes, some are really nice, but some
Yes.
it's not.
Yes, but if this guy's paying you to do it, he can do whatever he wants.
I know, but I just tell them, hey, you already spent that much money. Be honest, put something nicer. Choose this one, not that one.
Yeah.
But they probably think that ugly one is worth the money. Anyway, okay.